Illegal immigration is a type of economic warfare, and it's hurting you. To solve that problem, we need a three-pronged solution. We need a physical barrier of some type, a wall, whatever you want to call it. We need more boots on the ground. We need more people enforcing our immigration laws. And we need the best technology that money can buy that involves the American people. So I'm watching something bad is happening. What do I do?
You click a button to report, and that report is in a database that says who's the law enforcement closest to respond, local, state, federal. So whoever's the closest to respond, that's what makes it super effective. A, the public doesn't miss anything. They watch around the clock. In fact, our very first bust was made outside of an elementary school on the border by a guy in Australia. He saw it, clicked the button, went to the local sheriff.
Guy in Australia
Made the very first report that led to a drug bust.
So somebody sees something, they're on the internet, they see something. Show us how it works.
You bet. So here's a video clip. You can see this gentleman in black. This is a military thermal camera. He's loading big bundles, which most border law enforcement would tell you it's probably marijuana. He's loading it in a raft.
And there are more people coming along here.
There are more guys coming. They're loading more bundles. You can see their body, their upper torso looks white. That's because a lot of these guys actually wear life jackets.
Okay.
And so there's an example of a nighttime shot.
So your camera caught that?
Yeah. And so here's an example of a daytime shot. And the sheriff deputy who was responding was actually driving and manipulating his laptop at the same time. And you can see him zooming in now. But the reason why he went to this camera, because there are lots of cameras, is because the public reported, and the public reported by simply logging into the website. Under each camera pane is a series of buttons, blue, red, and green. The red button is to report suspicious activity, and so somebody reported, hey, I see 2 rafts and approximately 15 people. That alerted the deputy through a back-end text message, email message to him to go look at, in this case, camera 17.
And they know because
they know their territory.
They know what the camera is, they see it, and then once they pull it up on their system, they're able to zoom in.
That's right. And
then go right to where there's a problem.
Just like this guy's doing.
And you put these cameras, how many cameras did you put up?
I have 32 military-grade cameras that see several hundred square miles.
These aren't deer cameras. These aren't what hunters use. These are military-grade cameras.
The same thing that's been used at the Hoover Dam. Most of the nuclear power plants have used this camera. President Obama's inauguration was protected with this same camera. The U.S. Army uses this same camera model.
So how far does 32 cameras cover?
Several hundred square miles. I won't tell you the exact number for obvious reasons.
How many would you need to cover the full border?
With a couple hundred cameras, you could make a significant impact on the Texas border, which I've studied intently. New Mexico and Arizona, I've done site surveys. I haven't studied as much. So,
but the Texas is probably the largest border.
It's half.
Face, yeah.
It's half.
Yeah.
And it's also the biggest piece with the least amount of fence or wall or barrier.
Is this a replacement for a border wall?
No, not at all. I'm a strong proponent, having worked on the border, grew up on the border, live on the border, for all solutions. It's like looking at a toolbox. In that toolbox, you don't just find a Phillips screwdriver, a flathead screwdriver. You have wrenches, you have hammers, crowbars, etc. And people have oversimplified the border issue. We need all tools to secure the border. We need barriers, walls, fences. In my mind, that's kind of a word game. It's a barrier, it's a wall. We need technology because of the force multiplier effect. That's critical, because we've got to be able to direct. The most limited resource is the manpower to respond. Without the law enforcement manpower response, you don't have anything, because a wall can be climbed, they can go around a camera, they can go around a radar. Every system is not 100%.